When you're stacking, what should you not buy? Well, let's find out. Silver Dave here. I want to talk to you guys about something quite important. If you are stacking, what are the stuff that you should not buy and you should try to buy less of? Just before I go deep into the content, I know you guys watch these videos and I know that 75% of you are not subscribed. Do me a favor, if you want to keep up with the daily content, click the subscribe button and the bell notification button and hit the like. It helps me out a lot. Thank you for watching. Let's go in. So, what should you not buy when you are stacking gold and silver, right? When we stack gold and silver, we know that gold and silver is real money. We buy silver, we take down the weight, we buy the 1 ounce rounds, we buy the bullion coins, we buy, sometimes we go to like pawn shops and we find some loose gold, or we find some scrap gold, find some scrap silver, we buy some bullion coins. But what should you try to avoid buying in bulk, like buying a lot of? Well, I'm here to teach you something. The first thing you need to think about is not the price that you buy, but what your bullion and what your gold or silver will sell for when you want to get out of it, right? Because yes, we're eventually all stacking for our retirement, but when we retire, let's say we retire in 30 years, gold and silver has gained value. We sell a little bit to fund our retirement. We are selling a little bit, but we want the best money out of it. Let's be honest. When you are retiring, you don't want to sell your gold at a discount. You want to get the most and the closest to spot, at least a little bit over spot or at spot as possible. You don't want to be selling by having invested so much of your savings into gold and then come out with a discounted savings account. That's something you don't want. You don't want to discover that after 30 years, after so much time and effort, you've lost 10%, 20% of what you thought you had. So it's better to learn that now and just take it in, right? So what I've printed here is actually the list price for from my gold dealer. They have a calculator that lets you calculate how much they will pay you for different types of what they call it, gold jewelry and gold scrap. And why did I print this out? I want to make you aware that despite gold being gold, physical gold is not always traded at the spot price. You have to understand that the spot price for gold is the spot price for manufactured, assayed, 3/9 bar gold that's good for delivery at the gold exchanges and at banks. That's what it is. It's not jewelry, it's not hand-poured 24 karat gold, it's not 3/9 or 4/9 hand-poured silver. It is good for delivery bars. That's the spot price. That's what it's based upon. Now, how much would a dealer pay you for gold? Let's say pure gold. Well, I have the price. For a 1 ounce pure 24 karat piece of gold, you will be paid 1,557 Swiss francs. 1,516.57. So this is roughly $1,650. You're like, whoa, that's quite low. I'm like, yeah, it's a lot less than what you expect, because gold spot today, I think, was $1,886. So it's in $1,800 and $1,700 in Swiss francs. And suddenly there's almost 10% less, right? More than 10% less than spot. For 24 karat, and I'm not talking about the other carat weights, right? If you are selling 18 karat gold, you are taking a haircut. So I took out some stuff that you should realize what you could buy and what you shouldn't buy. So one of the first things you should not try when you're stacking for weight, you should not stack, is jewelry. This is a 14 karat chain, right? A gold chain. I believe this was bought like years ago. So I know that this is somebody in my family bought this a long time ago, almost 20 years ago. And they paid about a little bit less than half the price of this. So yes, they made money. But what if they bought 24 karat gold as an ounce? They would have paid the same price as they paid for this chain, that is 1 ounce of 24 karat, for example, a gold eagle. And what would have happened? Well, today they would have 4 times that. They would have double that amount of money. So if you were to stack it in jewelry, that is your gold value, your gold savings in jewelry, you're looking at a loss of over 50% by the time you sell. You don't want that. You don't want to be stacking for 30 years and discover that you only have half as much tradable value. I'm not saying that the gold itself isn't valuable. I'm saying that what you have in terms of a trading unit, it's not there. That's a fact. What about this? This is scrap gold. This is 24 karat scrap gold, right? It's broken. It's got no, you can't trade this to a bank. Of course they'll buy it. But even for 24 karat scrap gold, you can see here I have it's not the full spot price. So do I think you should stack jewelry and scrap gold? The answer is, if you are paying this, for example, this is 14 karat gold, so there's over 26 carats, 26 grams of gold in there. No wait, there's 18 grams of gold in there. You should not pay the price of gold if you're trying to stack it. You should be paying this price, which is almost under 50% of the price of gold. You're like, wait, why? But there's so much gold in it. Well, unless you're going to refine it yourself and reach the 24 karat gold, no, you should not be paying its gold content. Even the 24 karat gold, even if you refine it yourself to 24 carats, you will not get the full spot gold price. So just realize that. The reason is quite simple. When you sell I would say out of circulation gold to a gold dealer, they need to test it. They need to test it. They need to get it assayed before they can further sell it on. And that has a price. The difference between the spot and this price is essentially the price of testing and assaying the gold. Now, if you sell a large bulk, let's say 5 kilos, 6 kilos, the price will change slightly. You can negotiate so that they take less of a margin, because then they have more quantity and you can negotiate a little bit better your prices. But as an individual, let's say, as an individual, you're never going to come here with like 5,000 ounces of gold and say like, okay, I have 5,000 ounces of scrap gold. I need you to assay this for me. And then even then, 5,000 ounces of scrap gold, I've looked it up. I think you'll pay 10 grand in sort of assay costs for, and they take a minimum weight. So your gold dealer is actually not just buying your gold, he's buying a lot of people's gold. And when he has enough, he needs to pay an assayer to melt it and assay and certify that it is pure gold, right? So that's why there is a difference between the spot and the price, the sale price of scrap gold, even 24 karat scrap gold. What about silver? It's the same story. Now, I want to point out something, right? In the United States, rounds are slightly more accepted. In Europe, rounds are not so well accepted. I mean, like, there's some places that accept rounds and then buy back rounds, but it's not so common. Most places, I've talked to a few, though they're really not so happy buying rounds. And individual collectors will buy rounds, and they'll buy rounds at the price of silver. So I do have a few rounds. I'm not too worried. I know that I can sell this to individual collectors if I want to liquidate, or individual stackers. It's a buffalo. It's interesting round. They don't have many here. So it's possible for me to liquidate this. Will I be able to liquidate, for example, 500 ounces of buffaloes? No, I don't think I can liquidate 500 ounces of buffaloes to individuals. For me, if I stack and eventually when I retire, I want to be able to, I would say, reliably sell and trade off my silver and gold. Not all of it, mind you, not all of it, but just to meet like daily expenses, you know? I doubt we'll ever move to a point where we'll be buying our groceries directly with silver or gold. There will always be some form of extremely debased currency that's government backed and that we will have to use to buy our daily goods. But that would be interesting is that, you know, if you manage to keep it in silver and gold, the currency you have today, you trade it for gold and silver, later on down the road, you know, when you trade it back to the fiat currency, it maintains the same amount you can buy today. If you kept it in the same fiat, you will be able to buy less. That's why we stack. We stack for the long term, we stack for the retirement. So what about silver? Silver is the same story. Silver takes even a worse hit. That means that you're losing almost a 25%. You know, this is 19 Swiss francs. That's $21. It's quite low. So you're almost like $3, $4 off spot. And spot, if spot was 25, I think it's around a little bit under 24. It's 24. So if you're $3 under spot, it's more than 10%. For fine silver, that's not great. For sterling silver, you're also taking a haircut. So there's that. Silver, it's the same story. Now, if I was trying to sell this round to my dealer, he would probably give me, most dealers would want to probably try and buy it off at this price. That is the 3/9 fine silver price, which is 10 to 15% off spot, which is not great for for rounds. But what about bullion? What about well-preserved capsulated bullion? They would pay spot for this. Now, I paid a little bit above spot for this. I paid about $2 above spot for this coin. And if I tried to sell it today, I would get spot or a little bit above spot. So the premium holds. The reason is very simple, right? This coin, right? This is a coin, this is a sovereign. And even these Swiss 90% coins are finished products. They are old, but they are finished products. That means that they are products that they can retail. Your gold jeweler, your gold bullion dealer cannot sell gold jewelry. He cannot sell a broken piece of scrap gold. These other items he can sell to other dealers. There's a network that has direct tradable value. And this is the point I want to make. For a lot of gold buyers, there's this sort of notion that we will eventually move onto a pure gold backed system. But even if we move onto a pure gold or silver backed system, you're not going to be trading in gold jewelry. You cannot take like a silver chain. It's very unlikely that there will be supermarkets open that will let you buy groceries with a silver chain or a gold chain. You know, they'll realize, yes, your gold chain has value, but please go exchange it against a gold note. And if you go to exchange it against a gold note, you probably will not get your money's worth. There is a case where it is worth to buy gold and silver in jewelry or scrap form. And that is if you go to what they call them dollar stores or these sort of resale stores where people pawn off their goods, and the item is underpriced. That means not priced correctly. And for example, you find sterling knives and forks at for example for $1, then it's worth it. Yeah, it's definitely worth it. But if you go to a jeweler and you buy a gold necklace, they tell you it's 14 carats, it's real gold, everything. They will charge you. Typically on jewelry, there is a 75% premium above the gold content weight. So jewelers buy gold, so they will charge you the full amount for the spot price of gold that they bought. In addition, they will charge a 75% sort of manufactured value added fee, right? We don't really care about the manufactured fee. We really care about is the gold. So definitely you don't want to burn 75% of your money on something you don't want. So don't stack this as part of your your stack. Stack, if you want to buy as close to spot with as low premiums, I tell everybody, buy some old sovereigns. This is some of the best gold you can buy for its for in terms of premiums, because the premiums are so low and it's a recognized investment gold coin. It's old, yes, it's old, but it is the original sort of investment bullion. And what about the Swiss franc and the French franc, the 20 French franc, the 20 Swiss franc, the francs, the LMU coins? They are also recognized as investment gold bullion. Bullion banks buy this. If I was to sell this to a coin dealer or a bullion dealer, they would pay me the price of the gold content. Why? It's a finished product. Yes, it is a circulated finished product, but it is still a finished product. This is something that they can deal with. They can sell it. Even if they don't sell it to an individual, they can sell it to another dealer, right? So if you want to stack, I know a lot of my, especially if you want to stack in Europe, go for, I would say, currency-backed or government-backed bullion is probably the best thing you can do. That's the number one priority. What's the second thing you can buy? The second type of thing you can buy are non-assayed rounds that are well known. That is the buffalo. But don't buy a lot of these. These, most likely, you'll be able to sell to individuals. The third thing, I don't have many of those, is assayed bars. You're like, what are assayed bars? These are bars, when you buy them, they come in a plastic wrap. At the back, there's a certificate certifying the bar and the number and the mint. Typically, PAMP makes them, Valcambi, Argo Heraus. You can also find some older Credit Suisse, UBS. These type of assayed bars are sold directly to bullion banks. You can take the bar and you can go for example, if you have a UBS assayed bar, still in its original wrap with the original paperwork, you can take that and you can exchange it for money at UBS, right? That's something you can do directly. Will gold dealers accept it? Yes, gold dealers will accept it because they know it's good as cash. They know banks will take it. Does it exist for silver? Yes, it exists for silver. PAMPs makes them too. Typically, a lot of times I see people buy their PAMP bars and they take it out of their plastic cover. And this is one of the reasons why I don't like buying bars. So I'm going a little bit off topic. So I realized that those type of plastic wrapped, assayed, and certified gold and silver are much more liquid than the coins. However, for me, in terms of liquidity, coins are acceptable. These type of coins are very liquid. They're almost as good as those bars. Banks do buy them. But the thing I don't like is I like stacking, and I like touching my gold and my silver. You know, that's why I stack physical stuff. If I didn't like touching my gold and my silver, and I didn't like touching my coins and feeling them, it's a bit weird, but I like having things in my hand. And I like having the weight and then realizing I've got real money in my hand. And yeah, if I buy one of those bars, I can never take it out of its plastic cover because I know the second I take it out, I lose like 5% of its spot values. And that's kind of a problem. But other than that, it's, yeah. Other than that, the rule of thumb is the number one thing that you can buy is government-backed bullion, that is either in gold or silver bullion. The second best thing you can buy is rounds, but typically assayed rounds. So assayed rounds are not government-backed, but they are good for delivery. And when I say rounds, it also includes assayed bars, you know, nuggets. I might buy an assayed nugget sometimes to just show you what it looks like. They're kind of expensive though, because they come as a poured like assayed unit, and they have markings and so on, but they don't come in small units. They're typically like, I think 250 grams, or I might be able to find if I find a 1 ounce one, I'll see if I have some spare cash to put into it. because 1 ounce gold is quite pricey right now. I don't know if I want to buy a full ounce of gold, but we'll see. And I haven't found any assay. I've seen assay platinum. They're really expensive. Pamp makes them. They're really nice. It has Lady Fortuna on it, but it's such a high premium. I don't think I want to buy that one. But the assayed bars are definitely worth it. Assayed bars are, I would say, this. If you are sort of a physical investor and you're running a physical sort of a stock, you would buy the bulk of what you will buy, and you care purely about the monetary aspect of gold and silver, you would buy assayed bars. You only buy it because it has almost no premiums on it. I think last time I checked, the Gold Eagle has the Gold Buffalo has almost like a 4%, 5% premium. The Gold Eagle has slightly more. The Kangaroo and the Krugerrand, they're roughly also the same. I think they're like 3%. But assayed nuggets, that means that there's no design. It's just 1 ounce of poured gold that has been assayed. It's got, I think, 2%. So it's nothing. It has no it has no premiums on, almost no premiums on it. And if you're really just a physical gold investor and you just want to invest into physical gold, that's the best thing you can do. That's the best buy. And this would be the worst buy, jewelry for stacking. Now, if you do find jewelry for cheap, go ahead. If you find jewelry under its value, under its sale value. Now, I do know that a lot of my viewers, they also support poured gold. I do have to tell you that when you buy poured gold, even if it's pure, that means 3/9, 4/9, 4/9 silver, 3/9 silver, it will be sold at this price because your poured gold is art. And essentially, it will be sold at a discount to your dealer. This is something you have to be aware about. You can support individual artists. You can support individual people in the community by buying some of their poured gold. I'm not saying don't buy it. I'm saying go ahead, support them, right? But just realize most of your stack should not be made out of it. If you make most of your stack out of poured gold, you will be, and you don't realize that you will take a haircut when you sell later down the road, you're going to be in for a nasty surprise in 30 years time. And I think it's totally avoidable. If you know ahead of time, you can avoid it. And that's what this video is for. You know, like I said, whatever I know, I'm willing to share. Like if I know something, I will share it with other viewers. If you don't, and you know, it's for free. I think I'm doing these videos because I enjoy the fact that there's a community around gold and silver. It's quite interesting. And stacking, if you stack alone, then it's kind of a lonely thing. You know, you're alone, you're buying gold and silver once a little bit, but I enjoy the fact that I can talk to other people online and do it safely and share my knowledge of what I know about gold and silver. And obviously, I don't know everything. I know some things. I'm always happy to talk to you guys in the comments. Like I say, I learn a lot from the different viewers who tell me interesting facts about sovereigns, about silver, about platinum. You know, platinum is not used in a lot of cultures as currency, and but in some places it is used. And I believe some of my viewers, in some past comments, have told me that despite that, platinum has rebounded. It was the fastest metal to rebound after the announcement of the vaccine and so on. It's interesting to talk to you guys, and you guys have a lot to share, and I think everybody benefits when they share knowledge. So thank you very much for watching. Remember to subscribe and like buttons help me out a lot. Subscribe for daily content. I post daily. There's new videos come out every single day, and stay healthy. Thank you for watching. Dave out.